Breaking overnight, a night at the pool with friends ends with one man getting shot. And News Channel 5's Blake Rosnowski live from the Metro Nashville Police Precinct. This in Hermitage. Blake, do we know how all this got started?
Yeah, so Amy, what we know is that this group of friends decided to get together. They wanted to go to the pool, so they went to the Park at Hermitage Apartments. However, they admit they didn't actually live there. They were just going to hang out. But this really could have happened to anyone who was staying there at those apartments or wanted to go check out the pool that night. But this happened around 1 o'clock this morning. That's when police were called out because there were two masked men that they entered in from the dark side of the pool. According to those witnesses there, they were wearing dark clothing and both of them had guns. Police say it started out as a robbery, and apparently that one man, he was complying with the whole situation, but then witnesses say that two shots were fired. That man getting hit in the back. He was taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center to be treated for critical injuries at that point. So now what we know too is that while we were there on scene, that actually one of the girls who was with that group, she got taken into custody for apparently tampering with evidence. She was taken in for questioning about the whole incident, but she may face charges as well. So just a pretty crazy morning there at the Hermitage, the Park at Hermitage Apartments, and that now they're still looking for those two masked gunmen who shot that victim. We're working to get an update and some better descriptions for you of who those people may be. And of course, if we get that update, we'll bring that to you on NewsChannel5.com. Live at the Hermitage Precinct, Blake Rosnowski, News Channel 5.
Breaking overnight, Mount Juliet police have a driver in custody after a hit-and-run crash in the Providence area. Police say the driver hit a man at the Century at Providence Apartments just behind the big shopping center right there. Maybe you're familiar with the area. The driver ran off but was found a short time later. It was unclear what charges he will face. The man who was hit is expected to be okay, and that scene was cleared in the past 25 minutes. Shocking sexual harassment allegations involving a middle school principal had the Metro School Board meeting behind closed doors.
And it came just one day after News Channel 5 Investigates exposed what was in the district's own files.
So we cannot see what's being discussed?
Not from a legal issue.
Our cameras were there as school board members took a quick vote on a contract, then headed behind closed doors. The session was called to talk to their lawyers about the allegations against Dr. Sam Braden. He's the executive principal at John F. Kennedy Middle School in Antioch, and he's also been the subject of 2 HR investigations in the past year. One of Braden's assistant principals told investigators that he heard things inside that school that, quote, would make Stormy Daniels blush.
Meanwhile, Braden's lawyer released a statement saying Dr. Braden denies all the allegations made on Channel 5 last night. He said the allegations were concluded to be unfounded and closed by the board. The lawyer said they now plan to sue the main accuser for defamation of character, adding Dr. Braden is confident that all facts coming out in court will be in his favor.
Meanwhile, the alleged victim also has a lawyer and is planning to sue within days. His attorney said Dr. Braden will soon have an opportunity to give his denial under oath and test his word against the multiple witnesses who will contradict him. Our chief investigative reporter Phil Williams also discovered new questions about how the principal spent the school's money, and you can see that story on NewsChannel5.com.
A man accused of brutally killing his wife earlier this year is due in court today. Police say Corey Williams shot and killed his wife Lexis in Gallatin back in April. Her family said in the weeks leading up to her death, Lexis feared Corey, saying he was going to kill her. Investigators say Lexis had a restraining order against him. Corey's due in Sumner County Court at 1 o'clock for a preliminary hearing. Keep it right here on News Channel 5 for updates in this case.
And new information overnight in a murder arrest. Laquan Redmond is accused of shooting and killing 27-year-old Adrian Montgomery last week. According to his arrest affidavit, the two were close friends who saw each other every day. The shooting happened at Maplewood Trace in East Nashville. Montgomery's body was found in a car, and a second person was also shot in the incident and ran for help. Officers captured Redmond near North 6th Street yesterday. Police need your help finding the person who stole from children. The Maplewood High School band says its trailer was stolen from the school's parking lot this week. Now you can see the theft in action in this surveillance picture. If you recognize the thief or the vehicle they used to haul away the trailer, give police a call.
On the rise this morning, an effort to save Music Row ramps up again as neighbors and supporters take a new approach. News Channel 5's Emily Luxon tells us the latest way some are fighting to preserve what they call a one-of-a-kind area.
People from across the city came together for a street party in hopes of bringing attention to the importance of saving Music Row. Some say pressures are growing to save this part of Nashville.
In the last 5 years, we've lost 43 historic buildings, all with music connections, past and present, mostly to make way for apartment buildings.
The Rally the Row event was centered around Bobby's Idle Hour Tavern. It's one of 5 buildings on 16th Avenue South that is in danger of being torn down to make way for a new office building. People showed their support by buying T-shirts and signing a petition calling on city leaders to preserve the area. Money raised will also go towards a new Music Row Preservation Fund. Supporters say Bobby's has been a part of Nashville music history, and they want to make sure it sticks around for future generations to enjoy.
We have such a large fan base. We have people that write to us from all over the country. They come here once and they write back and say it's the best experience they had in Nashville right here.
Supporters will continue to collect signatures on a petition calling for Music Row to be saved. We've included a link to that petition under this story on newschannel5.com. Back to you.
We have breaking news from Clarksville right now. Police say that a man they were chasing after a traffic stop ran into a river and drowned. This happened about 10:30 last night near North Riverside Drive, which is just behind the Two Rivers Mall. Police say they tried to stop the man because his Jeep had a brake light out. That's the only reason they were pulling him over. And then when officers realized he was wanted on several warrants, they say the man jumped from his car into the river. And about halfway across, he started having problems. Some officers tried to help, but the man was already under. His body was found about an hour later.
And as part of our year-long commitment to cover a region on the rise, we have created a special Facebook group to talk specifically about affordability, mobility, and livability in Middle Tennessee. And we'd love for you to join in on the conversation. Just go to Facebook and search for natives and newcomers in Middle Tennessee. Your comments will help shape the stories we cover, so we hope you'll join us now.